We didn't hear he's not coming, right?
But yeah, we didn't, I don't think we heard either one.
He didn't answer you, boy.
I don't recall. Kelly, did you hear from Justin?
No.
Well then, why don't we call the meeting order? Good evening. Uh-oh. I'd like to call this special meeting of the University Heights City Council to order. The date is Thursday, March 12, 2020. We will start with the call of the roll. Mrs. Thomas.
Mrs. Munfeld?
Here.
Mrs. Berry?
Here.
Mrs. Pardee? Mrs. Wise?
Here.
Mr. Ertl?
Here.
Mr. Rott?
Here.
Mr. Gould?
Here. Is there a motion to excuse Mrs. Pardee?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Seeing none, Mrs. Thomas, just for the record, the motion was made by Mrs. Weiss and seconded by Mr. Ertl. If there is no discussion, Mrs. Thomas, will you call the roll?
Mrs. Munfeld?
Aye.
Mrs. Berry?
Aye.
Mrs. Wise?
Aye.
Mr. Ertl?
Aye.
Mr. Rott?
Aye.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Very good. Mrs. Pardee is excused. Will all those who are able please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This evening, we have one item on the agenda. It is item A, Ordinance 2020-16, authorizing permanent appropriations for current and other expenditures of the City of University Heights, Ohio, for the period commencing January 1, 2020 and ending January 31, 2020. This is on second reading and on emergencies so that it can be adopted upon passage. Our Finance Director, Dennis Kennedy, is here to answer any questions. I understand nothing has changed in the ordinance since the first reading at the last regular council meeting. Is that correct, Mr. Kennedy?
That is correct.
Is there anything that you would care to add at this time for the record?
No, I think everything, this was the byproduct of those series of meetings with Finance Committee and the Citizens Advisory Committee. Nothing has changed since first reading, and subsequent to approval, I'll file the permanent appropriations with the county.
Very good, very good. I'd like to thank all the members of council and all the members of the Citizens Advisory Committee for their input and for working together to bring together a solid budget that we can be proud of here in 2020. Is there a motion or any further discussion at this time?
I'll make a motion to approve on emergency ordinance number 2020-16.
Very good. We have a motion to approve on emergency by Mrs. Weiss. Is there a second? We have a second by Mrs. Blankfeld. Is there any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, Mrs. Thomas, will you call the roll first on the suspension of the rules?
Mrs. Blankfeld?
One moment, please.
Well, we don't need to suspend, because
We
we're on
don't?
second reading.
Okay, but do we still need the emergency in order to sign it immediately and have it take effect immediately?
Yes, it's just that we're not reading our two so we're not suspending our reading rule.
Oh, we're
just
not.
approving on emergency.
So we don't need two votes?
Correct.
Okay, so that understood, then we will then take a single roll call for passage on emergency. Mrs. Thomas, will you call the roll?
Mrs. Blankfeld?
Aye.
Mrs. Berry?
Aye.
Mrs. Wise?
Aye.
Mr. Ertl?
Aye.
Mr. Rott?
Aye.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Okay, very good. The motion carries and the ordinance is passed and will have the force of law upon signature. Before I accept a motion to adjourn, I want to thank all of you for being here at this special meeting this evening. I wish all of you good health in the following few weeks, and though we may not see each other for a while, we don't know how long it will be yet, we're all reachable by phone. And I would be delighted, I'll say so for the record, if our governor would issue an executive order like Governor Newsom's out in California. It would be great to be able to do these by electronic means, but we'll see what happens here in Ohio. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Very good. Motion by Mr. Rock, second by Mrs. Blankfeld. Any discussion? Seeing none, Mrs. Thomas, will you call the roll?
Mrs. Blankfeld?
Aye.
Mrs. Berry?
Aye.
Mrs. Wise?
Aye.
Mr. Ertl?
Aye.
Mr. Rott?
Aye.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Very good. We are adjourned. Thank you all for being here this evening.
Be well, everyone.
Yes.
Healthy.